All right. Welcome to the first episode of Dead Time Stories. I'm Chenry.
And I'm Sean.
How's it going? Hope everybody's doing all right. We're going to give this little podcast thing a little try. So, it being the first episode, I'm sure there's going to be some fuck ups. So the pretty much just a general show about creepy, weird things that we like and some fun stuff. We've each brought a topic for this first one here, so I have been elected to go first. And today I brought my top 5 personal favorite Darwin Awards of the last 15 years. Do you know what Darwin Awards are, Sean?
Isn't that where like dumb ways to die?
Yeah, pretty much. People who do dumb shit and it costs them their lives. There's also some good honorable mentions out there, but sometimes sometimes people do dumb shit and sometimes it kills them. So
sometimes nature intervenes.
yeah, and to be honest, some of these people probably shouldn't be reproducing anyway, so Mother Nature probably did us a favor, if I'm being honest. We're going to start with some gentlemen in Berkeley, California in 2021. So these guys were traveling down the 80, I guess, as they say in California. The 80.
Yeah, the 80s, what they call it.
Yeah, Interstate 80. That's what they call interstates in California. As I understand it, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, or quote me. I really don't care. These two guys, they got in a little fender bender and some heavy traffic. Their cars kissed uh, in an unpleasant way, and they decided that it was a great idea to get out in the middle of the interstate and have an argument about it. So
they must understand the first rule of the Matrix is you don't get on the interstate. Like you don't.
Yeah. Just don't get out of your car.
Don't get out of your car on the interstate. Especially.
Yes, pull your car to the side of the road if you can. This is safety, people. Well, the second accident that evening happened, or that afternoon. No, it was nighttime. Happened at about 1:30 a.m. So not only did they get out of their cars on the interstate,
it was dark out,
but it was fucking dark outside.
Yeah.
No safety vests. I'm sure their PPE was not even in the car.
Yeah, it's not OSHA certified.
Yeah, they're definitely OSHA's probably gonna have a problem with that to begin with. Can't just be in the middle of the interstate with no reflective gear.
That's just silliness at its finest.
So the second crash occurred at 1:30 a.m. when a Mini Cooper swerved to avoid the Dodge Durango and Chevy Malibu, two douchebag cars to begin with. Dodge Durango. That's just like I don't want to get a minivan, so I got a Dodge Durango, and the Chevy Malibu. Well, that speaks for itself. Yeah, this Mini Cooper took out both of them. They didn't make it.
To say the least.
They didn't make it. They were DOA. No drugs or alcohol were in anybody. It was just two idiots in a fucking Mini Cooper. Poor lady though. I'm sure she is seeing a therapist.
This happened back on 2021, so this.
Yeah, it's not that old.
Maybe they're just used to playing GTA and they thought it was a good idea to get out of their car.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
Don't work that way, bub.
Especially on
even in GTA, they'll fucking hit you though. Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are they playing?
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's just silliness.
My next one is this happened in 2019 at the end of October. This one here really helps describe the youth of today.
Yeah.
Because some of them folks just don't give a fuck. And they have no awareness or survival instinct like edible.
Common sense is at its all-time low.
Yeah, it ain't so common no more,
It's rare sense.
Yeah, and it's not like you can go buy it off the shelf at Walmart or order it off of Amazon.
It's not like a Pokemon card where you can collect them because they're...
Yeah, you can't collect them all, dog. You either got it or you don't.
I got a rare.
Teach your kids critical thinking skills. They're probably the most important skills you'll teach them. So this guy, a social media person, Tetsu, sorry if I'm fucking up the pronunciation, he decided he wanted to climb Mount Fuji. Here's the thing. People do that all the time. You know, it's 12,000 foot volcanic summit.
Yeah,
people go there all the fucking time.
They say he's up on the snow-covered, was it Shibarashi Trail?
Yeah.
Of Mount Fuji? I'm not sure exactly where it's at, but it sounds like treacherous.
Yeah, I probably shit my pants because it's not where I want to be. The dude went and did not take any cold weather clothes. He only had his street clothes and his phone with his silly little stick and some climbing poles. And this thing is treacherous for people who know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, from what I'm reading there, it sounds like he was trying to tackle it like Frodo or something.
More like Dodo.
Yeah, this is silly right here. Like, why?
He labeled his video "Let's Go to Snowy Mount Fuji," and people probably were like, "Oh, cool," you know. Yeah. And little did they know they were gonna watch somebody die. It's like my Instagram algorithm these days. Yeah, he considered it as like a little ski resort, Christmas tree farm, and he was live this whole time, by the way, streaming live. He just felt like he had to keep going, even when the trail started to get rough.
Yeah, it says here the trek is even rough during like the summer season. It's even cold and slippery.
Yeah, he got to where the trail was narrower, and the protective fence was gone, and he was perilously close to the brink. But now he had passed the point of no return. He was fucked.
Yeah.
And then he keeps going. I gotta keep streaming. I gotta keep streaming.
You literally got stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, well, until the hard place wasn't there anymore. Yeah. And gravity, which remains to this day undefeated, if I'm not mistaken, took his ass while he was streaming. He said, "Oh, this is getting real slippery and dangerous. I'm trying to walk on these rocks. It's steep." And then that was it. He said, "I'm slipping," and that was the last thing. I've actually watched this video on YouTube. You can still find the video of like the end of it. And he's like, it's like, he's walking. He says something in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese, but I'm assuming it says, "Wait, I'm slipping." That's what the translation here says.
It cuts to The Price is Right.
Yeah.
Highland climber.
Yeah, except he
the yodeler
was not high any longer.
Well,
they found his body at an altitude of 9,800 feet, which was 1,000 meters away from where he began his fall. So he fell 1,000 meters, all because he just wanted to do a live stream. And he wasn't prepared, and he didn't do his research.
Street clothes suitable for a typical October day in Tokyo. He wasn't even dressed properly. Like,
yeah, no.
Some people like spend years prepping to like climb Everest or
Mount Fuji.
This guy's just like, man, it's Tuesday. I'm gonna go climb this mountain. Like, what?
What
what are you doing, dude?
We're gonna go on to the next one. This one is a very Dukes of Hazzard. So in 2019 again, in Louisiana, like ill-fated Madame Curie, may their experiment be a warning to you, my friend. So somebody had been watching way too much fucking Dukes of Hazzard. South of Lake Charles, Black Bayou Drawbridge was closed to cars and open to boats. I don't know if you guys know how drawbridges work, but when they're closed to cars and they're open to boats, they're
usually a telltale sign.
Yeah, to fucking stop. Again, gravity undefeated. So this dude, who was from Texas, so that should tell you all you should know.
Well,
Texas men do not do well in Louisiana. Okay? They don't. It's just a fact of life. Two gentlemen from Texas, 23 and 32. You can't live long if the road's IQ is higher than yours. They didn't have a Blues Brothers car. They didn't have cop tires and cop engine and cop suspension. And they were definitely not on a mission from God, but they sure as hell met him. They didn't make
to
it.
say the least.
They didn't make it.
Well,
That's kind of a short one, but whatever. All right. So we're gonna take it back a year to November of 2018 in the great, oddly shaped state of Arizona, which most shapes are fucking weird shaped, but whatever. The Buckeye Police Department, which doesn't make sense to me because last I checked, Buckeye was an Ohio State thing or an Ohio thing. I don't know fuck all about Buckeyes in Arizona. They reported that a man accidentally shot his own sausage while shopping in the meat aisle at Walmart. First off, shooting your meat at the meat section, that's just a whole nother level of irony.
yeah.
There's already too much meat being slaughtered right there. You can't slaughter your own. And as far as guns in Walmart goes, we live in Tennessee. I see it all the time. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Arizona law doesn't require a permit either or a holster. And this dude had his shit in his waistband, commando style.
It's still kind of Wild West out there.
Yeah, but like this takes us back to the first one. Safety, man.
Yeah.
Safety. Don't put your fucking gun in your waistband like a dumbass. This isn't the movies.
No.
You'll shoot your dick off in the meat aisle
At
at Walmart.
Yeah.
I do my shopping at Food Lion. This is no free shout outs to Food Lion, but that's not gonna happen. If I shoot my dick off, it's gonna be in the Food Lion.
I wonder if it's next to the organic.
Grass fed pork, huh?
Just curious.
Shit, when he was done, it was shredded pork. I guess his gun started slipping because that's fucking what happens when you put it in your waistband like a dumbass. And when he reached in to readjust it, he pulled the fucking trigger. And
Gots to be more careful.
this loose cannon's low hanging fruit didn't have a chance. That's a direct quote. He didn't die, so this one's technically an honorable mention, but he ain't having no more kids.
Yeah.
So I guess his kids won the Darwin Award.
No.
Would you rather shoot your dick off or have it like Lorena Bobbitt did?
I don't know if they can get the plumbing back right, man. Like, well, I'm sure they got scientists nowadays.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I would prefer the Lorena Bobbitt. That was at least like a half-ass clean cut.
Yeah.
You put a fucking 45 home defense round through your dick hole.
Yeah, that's gonna leave an extra asshole on you later.
Yeah, you'll be shitting through your dick.
Like
God,
he literally needed that, like he needed another asshole. Like,
literally, damn.
You
I'm sure by the time he was done, it looked like one of them fucking. Oh God, it looked like Ben Stiller's fake arms in fucking Tropic Thunder when he's like laying in the mud doing the little scene with Robert Downey Jr. He's like he's crying. Now I have to cry, and you see the blowed up fake hands. It's probably what this dude's dick looked like by the time the paramedics got there. Blood everywhere. I'm sure he looked at him and was like, "No, it's not my period. I shot my dick off." But he will probably be having periods because now he has a pussy, I'm sure. I don't know. If you shot your dick off like that and they couldn't repair it and you couldn't get. I wonder if you can get like a cadaver dick.
or like a robotic prosthetic or something.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to feel it then. I don't know. I wonder what's the feeling like on your dick after it's been 86th? Like.
Yeah.
Like when they reattach it, like do they reattach a finger or can because you can use cadaver eyes.
Yeah.
You can use they take lots of body parts from dead people and put them on you now. Like, would you have a dead man's dick? What if you could get one that was like longer than the one you had and you still get full feeling?
Be a ghost cock.
But you're like, yeah. But you're like fucking with a ghost cock. I don't know, man. I mean, obviously when you nut, it's your nut, but like, what if like it's your cock and balls and then the baby comes out black? Because you're like, fuck it, I'm going to put the big one on there.
Yeah, that would.
Damn. Yeah. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna do my last one here. This is one I'm quite fond of. Uh, this is the oldest one on my list here.
Back in 2009.
Yeah, 2009
in Utah.
In Utah. Yeah, fucking Utah. Mormons, dude. So this gentleman, Brent L. 59, found a stash of dynamite in a shed on his 5,000-acre ranch, loaded 3 miles from the ATK Thiokol booster rocket testing area. Details about this stash are few. Not a whole lot of people know about it. You know, they don't know what the fuck happened necessarily. They just kind of piece some shit together because this old man found dynamite in his shed. They don't know if it was his or not, according to Chief Deputy Kevin Potter. Whether the dynamite was his or whatever, that's yet to be determined. So that's the direct quote from the chief deputy. Wherever he got it from, the rancher was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do about this dynamite.
Yeah, because it's very unstable.
Yeah, it's very unstable. It can blow whenever it sweats nitroglycerin, like them old Western movies where they're fucking around with dynamite and they're like, "Oh, be careful," or like they're using nitroglycerin to blow shit up.
Yeah, it's straight up like Wile E. Coyote here.
Yeah, like this shit's for real. You know, it's not a joke. It's not made up. But he knew this, that it was probably super unstable. I'm sure. Yeah. But he knew he had to get rid of it, and he felt like he could do it. So he took it out of a shed and placed it in a field of knee-high grass, backed away about 40 yards, which I don't know how much dynamite was there. It says a stash of dynamite. It doesn't really specify how much dynamite was there. Either way, I just feel like 40 yards probably ain't enough. So he gets 40 yards from it. I mean, this.
Well, I wonder. Let me Google here. What's
the safest?
Let's Google what's the safest distance for dynamite.
Yeah, and this is just regular dynamite. This isn't like ancient shit that's like highly volatile or anything.
What is the safest distance? Let's see here. At least 150 feet.
150 feet.
That's what it says according to.
So what is that? That's like 50 yards.
According to Google Gemini, it basically says the safest distance from dynamite is at least 150 feet.
And that's about 50 yards, right? 150 feet divided by 3.
And he said he was, 40 yards? So, let's see.
Yeah, it's 50 yards. And he was only 40 yards from some super volatile shit. I just looked it up. Yeah. Well, it's 3 yards or 3 feet per yard.
Yeah, so it's 120 feet.
Yeah, so he
was 30 feet too close.
And roughly, that's like
for safety wise, anyways.
And that was like,
that's probably just for one stick, I imagine.
Yeah, and this dude had who knows how much, and it was fucking ancient.
Because I remember when I was a kid, we used to get them quarter sticks of dynamite.
Yeah,
and that was
dangerous.
80s, yeah, that was only a quarter stick.
So yeah, no shit. Full stick would be
like, you know what I mean? That'd be pretty crazy.
And by saying stash, you know, it's like you'd have to assume that it's at least a crate with some in it, you know?
Yeah, I'm thinking like Wile E. Coyote box with the freaking says dynamite or Acme on the side.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'll just go blow this up over
here. So, anyway, he backs up 40 yards from this stash of dynamite and shoots it with a fucking shotgun.
That's not very smart either.
No. He should have never been in range. The dynamite's response was to send shrapnel back at the rancher, and the shrapnel scored a solid hit to the dome.
Oh, so it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was night-night.
You want to do something dumb, nature's going to go ahead and cancel you out. You know what I mean?
The Box County Sheriff's Office said they were still looking into it, and the dynamite exploded, quote unquote, for some reason. But the first medical team on the scene reported that the man shot the dynamite from 40 yards. Brent L. was airlifted to the hospital where he died.
Yeah, probably from bleeding out.
Yeah, I think somebody watched too much television, dude. I would probably have called somebody if it was like just on my property because I have very little bit of property. But like,
you know, around certain dynamite or explosives, if you even sneeze wrong, I think shit can go off. Let alone shoot with a gun.
Fuck all that. All right, that's my stuff. All of these come from straight from the Darwin Awards website. So you check them out. Let us know in the comments if you have a personal favorite. I do have one last little honorable mention. I don't know all the details of it. I read about this one a long time ago. This guy was in the hospital and he come into the emergency room and he had a blanket around his crotch and it was just bloody. Just a bloody blanket. He tried fucking a porcupine.
What?
Yeah.
But why?
He tried to, I don't know. People stick their dick in weird places sometimes. He tried to put his dick in a porcupine.
A porcupine would be the worst place.
And it fucked him up.
Not to mention because of the spines, but the spines actually carry bacteria.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like part of their defense.
Yeah, dude. He probably had gangrene cock after that for a while. I think it was probably
he probably
dripping.
had some new shit.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
Some syphagana herpes or some fucking shit.
Wild shit,
You know
dude.
what I mean? Something.
Damn.
There's no telling, dude.
Ads. If you or anyone you know would like to run an advertisement with us, please reach out to us at Wicked Paranormal Team on YouTube, or you can reach me at ifkawills19 @gmail. Sean, what you got? Show me what you working
Today,
with.
I've been doing some research this week over the 37th parallel, and the reason there's a theory behind it because a lot of weird, strange, like high strangeness happens around that. It's also dubbed AKA the UFO highway.
Oh.
Because a lot of UFOs have been seen in that vicinity. It spans through the United States from California to Virginia, and it's basically 37 degrees north of the equator.
Damn.
But it goes through because it's an imaginary line. Okay, so it's not like physically there, but you can kind of physically see it at certain places. Like it basically makes the latitude line of the four corners, where the four corners meet. It also crosses over Roswell, New Mexico, Sedona, Arizona, the Mammoth Cave National Park, the Great Smoky Mountains, which is where a lot of Bigfoot sightings have been taking place, especially up like right around there, where the area right between like the northern part of Tennessee and the southern part, like where the two states meet. That little line right there is like right there in that little bubble.
I always thought Bigfoot was more of a northwestern.
It is. There's a lot of sightings out in northwest, like the great northwest. There's a lot of sightings, like Oregon, Washington, like Canada. But they think it could just be a species that's populated just in dense forest areas. Of course, there's a lot of places in the Smoky Mountains we haven't even discovered parts of. Yeah, there's uncharted territory because you're talking dense forest for miles. Where you actually get the term hollers. Because you actually use a holler at your neighbor, like, hey, hey, hey. You got to go across the holler, you know what I mean? That's where the whole terminology come from.
Damn.
But,
yeah, it runs through Bowling Green, too, doesn't it? The 37th parallel?
Yeah, it goes
I know Mammoth Cave is, like, right around that area.
Yeah. That's why there's, like, a lot of weird cryptids towards, like, in between Kentucky right there in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like, you got land between the lakes.
Yeah.
The LBL.
Yeah, that shit's definitely got to be haunted because
there's also
I know there was people still living in some of them houses when they flooded for Kentucky Lake. Yeah. And there's still graves down there too.
Oh yeah. Along this line of latitude, this imaginary line, there's a lot of magnetic anomalies though. People even think there's interdimensional portals. Like the Mammoth Cave system, a lot of people think that it's underground base because it spans across like the middle part of Tennessee all the way into Kentucky, all underground.
So, Mammoth Cave is way bigger than that because it goes up into like Illinois and Ohio and shit too.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the main belly of the beast is like right there.
Yeah.
So they think like the Kentucky goblins.
Yeah.
Those like they think that those are actually aliens that kind of go in and out of like mine shafts.
I wouldn't be surprised.
To subterranean levels where there's like possibly bases down there.
Yeah.
They've already confirmed here recently that there's submergible UFOs now. The government's come out and said, yeah, there's submergible. So
yeah,
what's to say there's not underground too?
There's videos of them of UFOs like going underwater.
Yeah.
And coming out of the water, like actual government videos. They know that shit's real.
There's also like Death Valley. There's
I mean, death is literally in the name.
Even globally, like we're just talking about the States, but even globally, it passes through Granada, old ancient city in Spain.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll touch base on that.
Yeah, there was a war there for like 8 days.
Yeah, it also crosses through Fukushima, Japan, and it also makes up the border between North and South Korea.
Oh yeah, the 37th parallel. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's just like a fucking, from what I understand, it's just like a mile of barren land.
I looked up Skinwalker Ranch because it's close. It's not right on the 37th parallel, but it is 3 degrees north of it. It's at 40 degrees north latitude. So it's just a hair above it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of weird, strange occurrences all along. Like if you were to put a map out of the United States and you were to thumbtack all the UFO hotspots that have been seen, or any kind of cryptid, or any kind of paranormal, like even haunted locations, they're all dotted along the 37th parallel.
That's crazy.
Like you would see nothing but like a red line of thumbtacks going along the 37th parallel.
I wonder
because that's where the most of them have been seen or documented. It's pretty crazy. Like I said, they call it the UFO highway.
Yeah.
Because all this weird shit happens around it that no one can explain. It goes right across the gardens there. Once a summer retreat for the Nazareth Sultans. It's said to be haunted by the ghosts of women who was heartbroken after her lover's death. You got the Sacramonte Abbey, the 17th century monastery built on the site of an ancient Muslim cemetery.
Oh.
It's said to be haunted by spirits of the dead.
Yeah, I'm sure the Christians took over the Muslim
have reported
spot.
Hearing strange noises, seeing ghostly apparitions, and feeling eerie presences there.
I feel like anything that's still standing that was built in the 1700s is probably fucking haunted.
Yeah.
I think at this point, anything still standing that's been standing for that fucking long,
yeah,
there's ghosts and shit.
Yeah, because I mean, even residual, because I mean, you could have residual there as well. Well, especially if there's a lot of like war or bloodshed or something. That stuff soaks into the ground, man.
Yeah.
And then it amplifies it. Here's a little fun fact. Visible to the sun for 14 hours and 42 minutes during the summer solstice and 9 hours and 37 minutes during the winter solstice.
Huh.
It's kind of crazy.
So that whole area doesn't get any sun. Does that happen with any other parallel? Like, is there a period during any other solstice where a parallel doesn't get the sun?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna look that up.
It also says it is roughly the northern limit of the visibility of Canopus, the second brightest star of the night sky. It defines the southern borders of Utah, Colorado, and Kansas, and the northern borders of Arizona, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. It dates to the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854, when Congress divided the unorganized territory into Kansas and Nebraska north of the 37th parallel. So yeah, it makes up, like I was saying right there, it makes up the line for the four corners right there.
So the 37th parallel north is not the only one that lacks sunlight during the solstices. However, it is the line for anyone living above the 37th parallel doesn't get enough vitamin D from the sun. So if you live above the 37th parallel, you should be taking some supplements.
Yeah.
Getting that D, the vitamin D. And I ain't talking about Sunny D, because that sure as fuck ain't orange juice.
Yeah. Here's the landmarks for the United States. It includes Santa Cruz, California.
Oh.
Gilroy, California. Madera, California. Oh wow, was that the Ubi Hebe crater in Death Valley?
Oh.
That's kind of strange. Colorado City and Arizona, the Four Corners, like I was saying a minute ago. 32nd meridian west from Washington, the only place where 4 U.S. states meet at one point. Let's see here. Cairo, Illinois, and Bowling Green, Kentucky. Oh, and Newport News and Hampton, Virginia.
Have you ever been to Cairo, Illinois? Cairo, Illinois?
Cairo.
That place is a shithole.
I've never been there.
I went there a few years ago with some friends, and it was just shitty roads and abandoned churches. There ain't fuck all in Cairo, Illinois. And I'm just over here ripping ass on Mike. I had a gyro from Arby's, so...
Interesting. Most of your cattle mutilations are along the 37th parallel.
That is interesting, actually.
Unexplained balls of light known as the Joplin spook lights have been appearing in Hornet, Missouri since the 19th century.
Really? So is that the 1800s?
Is this probably early 19th century? Some believe there is underground military installations along the 37th parallel as well.
Did you say it runs through? It doesn't run through Denver.
No, I'll pull up the map again. It crosses Europe, the Mediterranean Sea, Africa, Asia, Pacific Ocean, North America, and the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, I mean...
But in the United States, interesting. Here's all the country, territory, or sea. Was it Algeria? Let's see, Italy, Greece. It goes through a lot of places. Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, People's Republic of China. Like I said, North Korea, South Korea, because it divides the two.
Yeah.
Japan, of course, United States. And the states that it touches is, of course, California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, at its southernmost point of Illinois.
Yeah.
Kentucky, which passes straight through Bowling Green and just south of Paducah, which is why there's so much weird shit that happens out there.
Yeah.
I know we plan on going to an investigation out there in Paducah. There's a cemetery, I think, out there. It's like right outside of Paducah. In Virginia, it passes through Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, specifically the bridge between two tunnels. It passes through that bridge between two tunnels.
Damn.
Which is kind of crazy. Yeah, Portugal, the Santa Maria Island, of course, Spain. It says Congress extended the line west to New Mexico territory, thus defining the states and territories that constitute the South between Colorado and Mississippi rivers, and creating what later became the Oklahoma Panhandle.
Oh, I guess that makes sense why it's so
Weird
straight.
Looking, yeah. But yeah, that's what I brought for.
Hell yeah.
Weird stuff today.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
The 37th parallel. Of course, I mean, a lot of people, like, you can look it up online. I was researching a bunch of crazy shit. There's a lot of people that got, they swear up and down, like this one we were saying, there's underground bases all along it and stuff, which would make sense. I mean, if it's correlating with UFOs, maybe it's like a runway strip or something.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Who knows? It is pretty crazy.
It could be like some Jetsons where they're like, oh, we got to land here. It's kind of like,
yeah, it's like, hey, if you're planning on coming to B1H243 in this solar system at the edge of the Milky Way galaxy, make sure you hit the 37th parallel. 36, no good. No good. Too far north.
Especially on a Tuesday.
Especially on a Tuesday. You want to stay south of that, but not too far south, because if you get to like the 40th parallel, actually I think they weren't from the equator, so 36 would be up north.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not too far from...
Or 36 would be south.
Yeah, it's not
and 40 would be north. Okay. Yeah.
It's not too far from... because I looked up to see maybe if it... Because I also heard that it touches over the Great Pyramids of Giza. But they're located at approximately 29.97917.
So they're further south of the 37th parallel.
Which is like close to the 30th parallel.
The Bermuda Triangle is like
directly
the
in line.
25th parallel. So, like, if you're an alien coming in, you don't want to get too far south. You might hit them fucking pyramids.
The closest, weirdest thing is Skinwalker Ranch, because it's at 40 degrees. So it's like 3 degrees. It's 40 degrees north of the 37. It's 3 degrees, or it's 3 degrees north of the 37.
Okay, so maybe numbers get bigger north. Yeah,
I started looking up like Stonehenge. But Stonehenge is at 51 degrees north, which is significantly north of the 37th.
Stonehenge is fucking nobody knows. All right, well, I guess that concludes this first ever episode of Dead Time Stories.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was some death, there was some time, there were some stories. You know, we kind of knocked all three of them out. Again, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell us to go fuck ourselves, whatever, you know. Reach out if you got any questions, or if you got, you know, a subject that's crazy that you want to hear us do a little bit of a deep dive on.
Yeah.
You know, we're always up for some suggestions, and
any suggestions are welcome. Just put them in the comments below.
Yes.
And
we'll get we're gonna get social media set up for this, and probably a website and everything too. So just stick with us. I'm sure that there's not much further downhill we can go from here as far as the quality of this episode. So thank you for sticking with us. If you're still here, I don't fucking know why.
Soon we will be doing video, so we'll be doing video and audio.
Yeah, it's just, you know, right now we're kind of raw dogging this, and figured, well, fucking everybody else has got a damn podcast.
Well,
Why
especially
can't we have
during,
one?
like right now, it's almost winter time.
Yeah.
And our ghost hunting adventures have kind of not really ceased, because we still have some planned.
They've dwindled.
But it's kind of cold out to go to cemeteries. And
Yeah,
stuff
well, not just that. You know, a lot of these places that do touristy shit,
yeah,
it's their off season too, so they don't allow as much
activity
to go on, especially during nighttime hours. So we can't get anything.
But there is
done,
videos
you know?
to come.
Yeah, no, we've got some stuff in the bank, and
we will be doing a recap.
Yeah,
on the Marie Laveau video doll I have inside.
Yes, so if
Which
you
I
want
found out her name is Heather.
Her name is Heather?
She's been quite active.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
If you want to check out the original video for that, or any of the other videos we've done, check us out on Wicked Paranormal Team on YouTube again. And like, share, and subscribe.